Hi everyone, Letty here. Today I'm going to share with you a special video where I share the information for the card drive for the cards for Uvalde. This is hosted by Betty Penny. This is going to be a card donation inspiration video. We're going to make some A2 cards. Hi everyone. So in case you have not already seen Betty Penny's video for her card drive for Uvalde, I want to just definitely share the information. You can go to her website, which is bettypenny.com, and you can actually check out all of the details for this card drive to help support the community of Uvalde. And so I will link Toby's video, who's Betty Penny, at the end of my video, and I'll also link her website in the description box below, so you can definitely check it out. She is doing a card drive to raise some cards to send over to the community. And so I have put together this one card today. I really wanted to try to send something bright and cheery as much as I could. And so I put this card together with just a bunch of different layers, and I'm using these little foam stickers that are a little dimensional that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I'm using those sentiments that I had already cut out the other day from my scrap white paper, and I'm also using up that new cardstock that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby. And so I had mentioned I wanted to turn it into card bases. I got it on sale for 50% off. And so I'm definitely I've been using it, and I definitely thought this project would be perfect for it. And then here are these foam stickers that I also got from Hobby Lobby. They were 50% off. You get a ton of them, and I thought they would be perfect to add onto these cards. Again, just to make something bright and cheery as best as I could. And so I will be making these cards on camera. I just wanted to show you these were the white sentiments that I had used my white cardstock to cut. I used a ton of these already for this project, but I'm going to be slowly going through this box of sentiments, and I wanted to show you here as well. I found this box of 300 3x4 recloseable bags. These were like $6.99, and I used a coupon at Joann's, and they ended up being super affordable. So if you are wanting to do this same method, this is an awesome find at Joann's. I think they're supposed to be used for like jewelry or something, but I thought they were perfect for organizing some of those little stamp sentiments. And again, you get 300 of them. So I just wanted to, again, show you some of those things. And then we will be making one of the cards on camera. I'm using my newest Long Fawn 6x6 paper pad. It's called All the Dots. I had just purchased this from Not Too Shabby. I haven't even finished sharing that haul video, but I took it out to try to use it. I have already made the basis for 30 cards off camera, and then we're going to make the 31st card together. I used the dots paper. I cut them into little rectangles. I'll talk about all the dimensions in a second. And what I'm going to try to do is over the next week or so, I'm going to put out several card making videos in support of this card drive. So here are the rest of the card bases that I mentioned. I turned that cardstock, and then here are some scraps that I had left over, just so you can see what I realistically had left over. And again, I'll link all of this information down in the description box below, and I'll link Toby or Betty Penny's video at the end of this one as well, so you can check it out. So we're going to make this one card today on camera, and then we'll finish off all the rest of the cards by adding those rainbows. So this is what the card's going to look like. The paper dimensions 1 3/4 by 2 3/8. That's what the dimension is of those little rectangles. I put 4 together plus the sentiment. I did use some stitched circles, and then some punched scallop circles. I'll list those dimensions down in the description box below. I use my black marker, my Pigma Micron pen, to add my doodle lines around those little areas with the dots. Let's go ahead and assemble this card together. So what I have is the card base, and then I also have all of my little papers already cut up. We're going to assemble together right now. So I have my 4 papers, and what I found was easiest is if I just glue them on to the card base, and then I do my doodle lines while it's already on the card base. So I'm just going to add adhesive to the backs of these papers, and then I'll go ahead and mass assemble this, where I'll add them all to my card front at once. So I usually start at the bottom right-hand corner. You can start any section, any quadrant, but just want to make sure you leave about a 1/4 inch border all the way around. And so when you're laying these down, make sure you have kind of even borders in the tops, the sides, and then of course the middle section as well. So then I'm just kind of picking and choosing which colors I want to put where. And again, I'm just leaving about a 1/4 inch border all the way around. And again, I'll list all the dimensions in the description box below. So here is what the front panel will look like with all 4 of those squares. And here's where I said I found that it was a little easier to do the doodle lines once it was already on the card. So I'm just going to quickly do the doodle lines, and I found it was easiest if I do the same motion on the card all at once. So I do the vertical lines all one way, and then I do the opposite line. So again, that was just a Pigma Micron 8 pen. So here is the remaining pieces that I have. So I'm going to go ahead and glue my white stitch circle onto my scalloped circle, which is a little bit larger. I think the largest that scalloped circle is like a 3-inch scalloped circle, and the white stitch circle is slightly smaller than that. I think around 2.5 inches maybe. And then I have those sentiments that I did back on some of the scrap cardstock that I had in my stash that I used from punching out those scallops circles, and then I'm just adding that towards the bottom, and I'm just centering them towards the middle. And again, the main thing here is I wanted to try to use up those fun little rainbows, and so I am adding just a little bit of extra adhesive because I really want to make sure that these stick, since these will be traveling. And then I added it into the center of my circle, and that is our completed card. Because these cardstocks were only one-sided, the insides of the cards are already white, so it's perfect. So here I have 2 already ready to go. I'm going to just finish adding the rainbows onto the remaining cards while I talk a little bit more about the card drive again. So again, if you have not seen Toby, who is Bitty Penny's video, you'll definitely want to check it out. It's been definitely a rough week here in Central Texas. I think Toby mentioned, or Bitty Penny in her video, she mentioned that, you know, we're basically neighbors. I think she lives just a couple towns over from me, and she mentioned she is 3 hours from Uvalde, and I'm in Austin, so I am probably about 2.5 hours. And so, as if you can imagine, I mean, our local news and the stories that come up in our feeds and everything is just, it's really close to home. And so this video has been extremely difficult to finish and to post. I recorded this pretty much about an hour or so after Bitty Penny had, you know, released her initial video. And so it's been sitting there waiting for me to edit, and it's been difficult. I'm going to try to keep it as quick as I can, as upbeat as I can. I would appreciate anyone who's able to donate. I think it's just an amazing cause. I will also be having several videos release over the next, you know, like I said, week or so, where I show just different cards that I'll be making for my donation as well. So I hope that, you know, as many of you can join in as you can. And again, this is just a card drive for the community of Uvalde. You can definitely check out all the details at bittypenny.com. I'll link her video as well at the end of this one, so you can check out all the details. She's gone, I'm sure, to great lengths to put all this together, and I just greatly appreciate it. And just definitely, you know, like I said, I'll try to do what I can. Thanks for visiting, everyone. And here is the link to Bitty Penny's video so you can get even more information. Thanks so much, everyone.